Hi there. My name is Neve, and I am the host of This Might Be Something, the podcast where we chat about random shit that's usually nerdy stuff like video games, D&D, whatever really comes to our head. And along with my co-host Daniel, we just talk for hours and hours because we have big fat mouths. And on this episode 1, the most scuffed of them all, most likely because I've never done this before, we will be talking about atmosphere. Now, we've mainly talked about video games in this episode because it's what we're most familiar with because we have no lives outside of it, but you know, this can apply to movies and film and shows, just any sort of media. But I just wanted to do a little intro because, again, this is so scuffed. But before we get started with chatting about all things to do with atmosphere, enjoy Daniel talking about his nipples for a little bit.
Basically, because I shaved a little bit today.
Yeah.
I was fucking shaving other parts of my body, and I had the razor, and I was shaving some hair around my nipple, and
What, the like one hair?
I was shaving some hair around my nipple, and I accidentally shaved a bit too much of my nipple, and I cut it, and it's been bleeding.
It's like,
And it's
you're,
been like
you're
stinging
breastfeeding.
this whole time. No, it's like stinging. I said that to my granddad today when I went to hospital. And
You told your
I made him laugh.
granddad about your bleeding.
I made him laugh
nipple.
because it's funny.
Okay.
It's just random. Yeah, if you see me doing this, it's not because I'm having like heart problems. Because
No, he's rubbing his boobs.
Which sits quietly. He's rubbing his boobs.
I ran out of like energy.
You have energy. Well, you're not gonna have much hope for this podcast, then, are you?
Shut up.
One sentence in. 8.7 million.
Okay, shut up about your stupid Clash of Clans.
Alright, I'm playing it silently.
Daniel, my co-host.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about today on This Might Be Something or Nothing?
I mean, I was hoping you'd tell me that.
No, don't do a cop-out.
Okay, well, you mentioned atmosphere in games.
Yeah.
In video games, or strictly video games, or anything?
Well, I mean, I know the most about video games, but it can be anything.
Sure.
I don't care.
Talk about anything as we go.
No. Anyway, yeah. When I hear atmosphere or like someone talking about atmosphere, I instantly think of like Bloodborne or just all of Silent Hill, just like the fog, the sounds. Don't laugh at me. I can see you.
I'm smiling.
Just, you know, all of it. But like, I feel like this is not niche because everyone loves them, but like, they're not what normal people would usually think about. Like, what would you think about, like, if I'm asking you to describe like the perfect atmosphere?
I mean, for me, and this is why I was asking like strictly about games,
Well, yeah.
about other things, because when I think of like atmosphere in something, and it doesn't have to be like shows, but I'm thinking of like a show that I love, which is The Walking Dead, right? Right. Because for me, the best kind of atmosphere is like storytelling in the setting itself, like.
Well, like little clues to the story and
sort of, but it's like it hints at like a greater universe because I love fucking universe bullshit.
World building
like,
and shit.
Yeah, I don't know what episode it is. If you edit this, you can probably like put the fucking here below me. You can put the fucking episode name, but like I can find it for you. But basically, there's an episode in The Walking Dead where like I don't know, they go on like a run or something. I might be wrong. I'm gonna say like Maggie, but I could be wrong. You're probably gonna like edit it below me again and say like No, it's fucking Rick instead. But like, anyway, someone
Two
goes on like
very
a run.
similar characters. They look the same.
I don't know. Someone goes on like a run, right? And I always remember this episode because it was like they go on a run, and it's instead of like just you're in like a fucking supermarket or whatever they were.
Yeah.
It's not just a supermarket. You see like this whole like story being built just from like how the set has been built in that like scene. Like there's this one bit where like it's this dark room and it's really like edgy, but like fucking like there's like in like a what those beds are called where like you change babies in them.
I don't know. A baby bed.
Baby changing
Baby
tape,
change.
sure.
Change baby.
In the toilets. You know those things. But like
you put a baby in the toilet.
freaking no. Well no, it's like a baby changing room. It's a baby changing room. But like they had like a baby changing bed and then it was like full of like blood. And then there was I don't know, there was more
I'm
to
trying
it.
to remember this, but
like I don't know, I need to find the episode, but like it's like you know, when you're building like a set for something or like or an atmosphere for something, anything like that, like you know, zombie apocalypse or not, you don't think to like even put something like that in a setting, but it's like it's to show like how I guess unforgiving and just brutal the world is, I guess, in The Walking Dead. And I think it's even like in the same sense of like, say for example, like you know, you're playing like Silent Hill. Like I haven't actually played Silent Hill. I've watched playthroughs, so I haven't had a chance to explore the world. But you know, like so I was watching you play it the other day. Like you're going down this like this road.
what, the main
like,
road with all the shops?
Yeah, and like the shops. That's what I'm saying. Like, and you can go in so many of these shops and
This
these
is Silent Hill
places.
2, not one. But...
Yeah, thank you. And like you can go in all these shops and these places. There's like every shop has all these details on it, which you'd only see if you went and walked right up to it. Like, and it's like, you know, maybe a lot of it isn't to do with building this story or these other aspects of the story, which, to be fair, it's all in his like
said in it,
all in his head. So I guess it's not really like a world building thing. But even greater to that, then you can say that these things they still tell aspects of his life, his story, even.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of references and stuff, at least in Silent Hill, to like real things and stuff you find later in the game. Like, I mean, isn't it? I showed you. I found a dead body. It was literally just James's model in it. It's just there's like tiny little hints throughout the game which makes you question it. I mean, if it was a blind run through, I would just be like, "Oh, that looks familiar," and then later on, I'll be like, "Oh my god, I just realised." But yeah, I think one of the most important parts of a game is definitely like world building. Or not even a game, just a story. Like I think, again, I've never played it, but Half-Life Alyx, I remember it so well because it had like these posters all along, like every environment you went through, and every poster would tell like a little hint about like what's going on in the world, like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like in like say like in Silent Hill, like I think like certain aspects can be like covered up with like, you know, is that just them being lazy? I think in his model, or it's like that's supposed to mean something.
Well, I
And
think
like,
that's like the best part of it because it makes you question it. Because there will be bits where it's like, oh, it's part of the story, but obviously they're going to cut corners somewhere. But I think it's done in a way that you can't tell.
Yeah. I think that's one of the best bits about like shows and games and stuff. It's those parts where it's like it's more than just like oh this has built a cool atmosphere, and more like you know, like it makes you go and like actually like want to go and look something up. Like they like you see like a, just for example, say you walk past like a restaurant and it has a name that like, you know, something like lights up in your brain, like, do I know that from something? And it's like, you know, you probably could go and find out yourself with a lot of effort, but you'd see it and you go like, wait, is this supposed to mean something? Or like, you know, like, and it's like, you know, and then that feeling of like, oh shit, it is like, you know, it's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Um,
it's part of why I love like Souls games as well, because every environment you can almost always see like a later area from the beginning. Like I think it's Dark Souls 3. You come out from the training area and you just see like one of the late stage areas just in the distance. Like it's like at first you're thinking, oh, it's just a bit of background, you know, it's a bit of the atmosphere. Wow. And then you go there later and you're like, hold on, I saw that earlier, and then it's
can
really
you
cool.
actually go there like directly from the start?
Well, in the
Like
story,
a Breath of the Wild
no,
start?
not
Like,
like that.
oh, okay, that would have been cool.
It's not open world, they're linear, but
Okay, but it's still cool.
it is
But
sick.
you can like
You
see it.
see something and you don't even realize that you're gonna be there later.
Yeah. What you said? You said it's Dark Souls.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think
What
it.
one's that?
Well, I think it's in a bit of all of them, but the one I'm thinking of, I think, is in Dark Souls 3. I don't know. I'm really bad with like specifics. It all blends together in my head.
I mean, I think I think another thing that adds so much to like an environment is like I think to me is like music as well.
Definitely.
Like not even just music itself, but like
Just the sound
sound
effects.
effects. Yeah, like when it's done right. Like, and I feel like people sometimes have this like misconception. It's like only like modern games can make you feel like engrossed in it.
Mm.
Like I feel like I'm not talking about like fucking like old games. I'm not that old, but like you know like for me like again I'm talking about Walking Dead because I love Walking Dead, but like Walking Dead game like the Telltale one, which I fucking love, played like 17 times. Um, pretty much explored every
Yeah.
choice in that game, except 90% of the time I side with Kenny. Gotta respect
You
Kenny.
just love him too much.
But like I love the music in that and the sound effects in that, and I feel like it's not like it's like probably if you played it you wouldn't even notice, but it's all the subtle things that build
Mm.
just the character of the whole like game. Like, and I love games that give you time to really enjoy it and explore it because
Yeah,
like
definitely.
you know like in that game there's all those moments of like downtime. Like
Yeah.
you're not really going from like one thing to the next. You get to an area where like you're exploring that area, and like what always comes to my mind is like two main bits in the game.
Mm.
One is episode 4, the bit where you're in like Crawford and you're like, I love that music. Also, because I feel like that whole like section lasts, at least for me when I played it for the first time I played that game on my Xbox.
I remember.
I was stuck on that bit for a long time because I was like a child and I didn't know where I was going. But I'm going on a tangent, but the music was just cool. That's,
I know. I feel
that's
like
the
you've
memory
asked
of
me
it.
to learn it on guitar like 5 times.
Yes, I have.
No, I agree. Like, I think, I don't know if it's just because, you know, dad's sound engineer and like that's made me be really nerdy with sound in games, but I think it is just one of like the biggest part of what makes a good game,
Yeah.
at least. Like, I'm going to talk about Bloodborne because I love Bloodborne, but I think like the sound design in that is near perfect, if not perfect. Like, I think what it does really well is, as well as like the score is amazing, you know, like the boss fights are amazing, but it does silence really well. Like it's almost like an art to do it in silence because you can't just have it like randomly cut to like silence unless you're planning something, or like, you know, it in Bloodborne it makes it feel more daunting and lonely. Like it's not complete silence, no. It's got like the sounds of the town, or like, you know, the monsters in the distance, but like I think the quietness really plays into it and you're just like running around trying to find loot and stuff like that.
Wait, so there's this moment where it's completely silent.
Apart from like say your footsteps or like a distant thing or like ambient sounds, you know.
So, I mean, when you say silence, do you mean like? I know you're saying like footsteps, but
I
like,
wouldn't. I mean, at the I mean, there'll be like tiny, like a whisper of like a violin in the background, but it's so like minimal. You wouldn't notice it, you know.
Yeah. Well, like, are you saying that it's like really good that they have, like, really cool that they have that like sort of part where it's like silent? Are you saying that's really cool because it allows you to listen to the ambience and
Exactly.
just faint
Yeah.
sounds around you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like it adds to
Okay.
the emotion. Like it, you know, it's like if I was just going out in town, it was being murdered and turned into beasts. But you know, like it adds to that feeling of like you are alone in it because you are alone in
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
And obviously it balances it really well with like the massive like orchestral score.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that also makes me feel like that makes you think of a game that I have not finished, uh, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Um, it's like in terms of sound, I mean,
Yeah.
like that game like actually legit terrifies me at times.
I know, that's why I
Like
finished it.
there's bits where it's like as like it's like a. Can you tell I love zombie games? By the way, okay, it's not obvious.
That's all you
I
love.
like zombie. But there's these bits where it's like you got like a chill guitar, which I love. The Last of Us like soundtrack is pretty good, but like, and then there's bits where it's like that there is no sound at all.
Yeah,
Well, there's no music, and it's
exactly.
like you go into this new area with the clickers, and you just the little clicker zombies, and it's like there's no music, no nothing else. All you just hear is like, or
Yeah.
like a fucking I can't make the fucking sounds, but like it's like, and it's like the most unsettling noise like in the world. But I think yeah, it's I agree. It's good for
Definitely.
like
Yeah,
I'm going a bit too far into
it's fun.
sound. But
I like them.
I think yeah. Actually, another thing about sound.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing about sound is, and I feel like I mentioned this to you before, but I'm saying it again, obviously, because
Yeah.
no one else heard this. But like, say like, I think I think sound like uh like it's kicking my ball over. um, like sound has to have, and it sounds really obvious, but like I feel like it's good for building like purpose.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
we've been doing these like D&D campaigns, right? Obviously, you know this, but like
I do know this.
Neve's brother's been like DMing them, and I'm not saying he's bad with music, but I'm a little picky sometimes. Like I don't mind music. Like say if I'm just chilling out, I don't mind whatever. But when it comes to like purpose, like there's a reason this music is here. It's like like say like we're having a fight where like our party's about to lose, like, a total party kill, and it's like just this like you got like battle music playing, but it's not like your party's about to die battle music. It's like it's kind of just like you're just chilling out fighting some
Yeah.
monsters kind of, and it's like legit. I do this a lot where like I go into my because we play on like Roll20. We go in. I go into like my settings and I turn the music down to 0. And I go on YouTube Music and I'm like, right, I gotta find the music that fits this moment best. And usually I go through my own D&D playlist, um, and that's sort of the
So
stuff I've
you're
been doing.
just a snob.
No,
Like that. Say you'll be doing that. I'll just be listening to like Limp Bizkit or something, mate. I don't.
that doesn't make me a snob.
You're like, his choice is terrible. I must put my own
No,
on.
I don't think his choice is terrible. I think that like I understand his perspective because it's like DMing is hard, and
I manage a lot.
I haven't have the pleasure of having to do it yet, but I'm sure I'll love it. But I'm sure I'll get really stressed out as well. But I'm sort of pre-preparing lots of songs for every kind of moment. So when it comes to it, I don't sort of have to just go and be like, we'll just throw that song in there because I can't grab a song right now. Like, I want a song for everything because if I don't have a song for everything, when it comes to that moment, when I need a song for a certain purpose, I need it. The right song. Otherwise, the moment shatters into 1,000 pieces because you could build the coolest story, have the coolest characters, the coolest moment planned out, and then it just gets flatlined by a song that doesn't fit it.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, I agree.
Exactly. Mic drop.
Okay.
I mean, mic drop. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you went off on a tangent, but I was gonna say that, like, one of the games that does silence so well for me, or just like, that just ambience, straight ambience, minimal music, is Alien Isolation, which, I mean, Daniel watched me play this, and before, like, even the alien had started hunting, like, before he was even introduced, I was walking around terrified, like, shitting myself, because, the game freaks you out. It's so quiet. It's so eerie. It's terrifying, bro.
You need to get that clip from your Twitch and just play it. I'm pretty sure the clip is still on there where it runs past you. Or we thought it ran past you or something. It was like a person.
Yeah, it was just like, I think it does it so well. Like, it manages to, like, put the isolation of the game into, like, perspective. Like, you hop on the ship, it's all, like, blown up, and obviously you're going in expecting to fight the alien, so, like, you've got that in your head. You're walking around, like, knowing he could jump out of anywhere. I mean, if you watch the films, they're, like, slippery as, like, anything, and then you're walking around and you hear, like, a door shut, and then you're on edge, and then even your own bloody footsteps freak you out. And then it tricks you into, like, a false sense of security with that first fight with the people. And then you're like, oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. Like, it's fine. I've got a bit of people here. There's clearly others. And then you go into it, and he's bloody hunting you now, and it's silent again, and it's terrifying. And every corner you could turn, he's right there. And it does it so well.
I don't have the pleasure of like I don't have much to compare it to because, like, I don't have a lot of experience with horror games.
Because you're a baby.
Yeah, I mean, I've played my very very fair share of FNAF. Like, I genuinely I've never played the first one. The only one what else have I played? I played Custom Night.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Custom Night. I don't remember what other ones you played.
And I played the was it the fourth one, the one in the bedroom?
Oh yeah.
Is that the fourth one?
I don't remember numbers, I'm gonna be honest.
That one, if you're someone that loves audio and shit.
Yeah, that one is.
That's like. Yeah, that's up your alley. Not for the right reasons.
It's terrifying, but it's great.
Yeah. Like that's the game for you if you're blind.
If you're blind. You're so stupid.
I'd rather play that game if I was deaf.
Yeah, I think it'd be the other way around.
But yeah, I mean, horror games have always terrified me because of their. I feel like the one there's one word I would use to describe it best, which is like anticipation.
Yeah, I think that's why jump scares feel so cheap sometimes, because if a game relies too much on jump scares, then it kind of becomes like the same thing over and over, and like, oh, whatever, he's just gonna jump at me. It's like a short-term thing, whereas anticipation and, like, the dread of it, that keeps you going the whole time you're playing it, and, like, it makes you so tense and so, like, nervous with it all.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about this as you were talking.
Mm.
Can I tell you about an idea I had for like a
What?
horror game? I feel like I told you this before, and you might
Probably.
like kind of be like, you might kind of be like, yeah, you mentioned this, but whatever. Obviously, no one else has heard it, and I don't even care if someone gets this idea and goes and makes a game over it. I don't give a shit because I'm not going to be able to code it, but it's just a cool idea.
Mm.
Where like, it's like I don't know what I'd call it, but like, essentially, there is no jump scares.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say there's like a fear of death, but there's like it's like the best way I can describe it is um it's like anxiety.
Yeah.
And it's like um God, what's it called? When like
What?
OCD almost a little bit. Like it's like a mix of like anxiety and OCD, right? So basically like
Mm.
so if you've suffered with them, you would probably be terrified of this game. Basically, I was imagining, right, and I had this idea of like one random night at like 2 a.m. in the morning. I was like, holy shit, that would be fucking terrifying as a game. But um, basically, the premise is that you're like in your house. It's like midnight,
Yeah.
and you're this person that has this problem where like this this is where the OCD comes in, right? You have this problem where you see this it could be this like monster, this sleep paralysis demon, or this like or just this person, like this cloaked
Yeah.
figure, whatever, right? You see this person every single night and you have to find them. You cannot go to sleep until you see them
Right.
once,
Yeah.
so you know where they are. And so the premise of the
That is
game
sick.
is not that you're afraid of someone finding you. You need to find someone. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
and it's this monster in your head, right? And it's this anticipation, this fear of like, holy shit, like I know I'm looking for this
Yeah.
person, but I'm terrified for the moment when I actually fucking find them
Yeah.
because it's gonna look scary. But you have to find them to win,
And
kind
I
of
guess
thing.
like it's worse when you haven't found it yet because it's like, what if you
Yeah,
don't find them?
yeah. It's like this uncertainty, which is sort of where the anxiety part comes in, I
Yeah.
guess, and then the OCD is like, I guess it ties into like a little bit of the person you're playing as, but also
Yeah.
you as a player, like you it's almost like you have to tick these boxes. This needs to happen every single night. You need to find this person. It's like imagine just looking out this window on like a second story floor, and everything outside your window is almost near pitch black. Maybe you
Oh,
got like one street lamp,
don't
and you
make
have to like look between these. Yeah, you have to look between these like blackened bushes
you
just to find this like cloaked figure just staring at you.
don't stare at me.
Just if someone just listens to this on audio, it's like, why did you stop? But like just staring at you. So anyway, that was an idea I had, and I feel like it's really cool, but I would not play it.
No, yeah.
I feel like that's what horror games are, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what makes a good horror game is just that dread. I don't care about the jump scares. I don't care about how scary the monster looks. I think it's just the dread of playing it.
Yeah,
It's a good horror game when you're dreading yourself playing it, like how I put off playing Outlast.
yeah. Like how I stopped playing Last of Us, and
Yeah.
even that's not even like a main horror game.
It's
That's
like
like a
thriller at most.
I don't know. I think that was just like this one moment that just clocked me. I was like, oh shit, I can't do this. It was like I was in like a building and there were like these like zombies and I had to like sneak around them and I think like I made like one wrong turn or like and
Mm.
I made a sound and out of nowhere it was just like instant they all just turned and started running for me. I was like fucking shat myself. um I think I think another game that does I don't know, you can disagree if you want, but
What?
I think Project Zomboid, another zombie game, uh does atmosphere really well,
To be honest, I always
personally.
have like music turned off in that. So you're gonna have to tell me what the music is like.
Well, I mean,
Is there music? Because from my experience, with the music turned off, I'd say yeah. Like it's just you just hear like the zombie noises and everything, and like a gunshot maybe. But
what do you okay? Do you have the sound effect where like when your character spots a
what that?
zombie? Yeah.
Yeah,
Or sure. Like,
close
yeah,
enough.
like that. You have that then.
Yeah, I have everything but the
Well,
music. I just play my own music.
that just catches me out, that bullshit, because it's like I fucking sometimes I see a zombie and I know a zombie's there.
Well,
It's like I'm
like it
still
does the delayed jump scare sound.
yeah, I'm like prepared for it, and then I still get fucking jumped because like
I like when it
it
catches you
just
off
does the same.
guard. Yeah.
But you know, I think everything about Zomboid's atmosphere is cool. Like, you know, the fact that they specifically coded it so even though you're from this bird's eye perspective,
Mm.
you know, um, almost like it's almost like an old school RuneScape kind of
You've never played
perspective, isn't it?
RuneScape, but yeah.
Oh, I haven't played it, but I've seen it, watched it. Or fucking Sims. Okay, I played Sims. It's like Sims, isn't it? It's not. It's not like The Sims.
It's 100% like The Sims. That's how I play it.
um, I suppose. I suppose in the downtime, it's like The Sims when the zombies not bashing on your door. But I'm gonna get to that in a second. But you're from this bird's eye perspective, and they specifically coded it so even though you should be able to see a zombie's behind you because that's where your camera is, you can't because your character is not facing them. And it's like to even know what's behind you, you have to literally turn around and look at them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I like that you can't see everything, even though it is top down. Like, I like the cone of vision because then it makes it more real, I guess. Like, I mean, when I'm like walking out on runs with you, so like we're going straight forward, but I keep having to do spins because what if a zombie's right behind me? You know?
yeah. Yeah. And also the fact that all of the like loads of mechanics in the game in the sense that like if you turn and look at that zombie, your character gains like
Panic or whatever.
Yeah, it gains like panic.
Yeah.
It all just ties in so well. So cool. The fact that you have to like search areas and you have only a certain amount of space. Obviously, that's nothing new games, but like the perks. This is an atmosphere, so I'm going on a tangent again. But
Right.
I go back before I start just going crazy. But like what I was gonna mention before was like the bashing on doors. Like you can feel safe in that game, but you're not really safe because zombies always migrate. If you have respawns turned on, they respawn. And like you'll be like just chilling in your house, and then you just hear banging, and like half the time you don't even know where it's coming
Well,
from.
exactly. I was going to say that. Like, you can't even tell if it's your own house sometimes. Like, it could just be one down the road, but it sounds so close that you have to like go and check immediately.
Yeah. And then there's the bits where it's like fog in the game, which is your Silent Hill thing.
I love the fog in Silent Hill.
Yeah, I'll talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I watched Jacksepticeye play it again recently, or Silent Hill 2 at least, and I think he put it the best. It's just he said that the fog is almost like its own character in those games. Like, I think it's just its constant presence. Like, sure, you can go inside, but it's never really gone. Like, you can still see it right outside the window. You can still feel like the pressure it puts on you because it's so dense and so heavy. Like,
yeah,
I mean, talk about Silent Hill 2 because that's the one I've properly played. But I mean, like, even just when you're walking down the street in like that first intro bit, you're going through, and because it is so obscured, you're like on edge from the get go. Like, you've got in your head, oh, I can't see, like, I don't know how long this is, 2 feet. I'm just gonna say it because it sounds right, but you can't see a hand in front of you, and then you're expecting something to pop out of it, and then you find what her name, the lady in the cemetery, and you're like, you're almost like jump scared by her because you're expecting like a monster to come out of the fog, but she's not, and then that puts you in a false sense of security, and then when you go in the town, oh, you're jumped, GG. But yeah, I love the fog in that because it just, I think it adds to like the confusion of the game. Like everything is foggy for James and everything is foggy for you. You don't understand really what's going on. Everything is obscured and like messed up.
Yeah. I think I feel like, again, like you said, it comes back to a little bit of like anticipation, a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And also it's like, again, sort of look at that stuff about like the setting has its own part in the story.
Yeah.
And I think that gets taken into a literal sense in Silent Hill.
Yeah, I think
because
Silent Hill
the setting
itself,
is his character.
Exactly. I think the setting itself needs its own personality for like a good game, at least with like thrillers, horror, stuff like that. I think it being its own thing is what kind of gives those games that extra edge.
Yeah. There's two other games I really want to talk about. Actually, Atmosphere, which I did not think about at the start of this, but now it's like clicked in my head.
Yeah.
One, I thought you'd better talk a lot about both of them with me. You both played these games. First one, Batman Arkham games.
Mm-hmm. Love them.
The atmosphere in those games is like chef's kiss. Amazing. Like, like, I think the first one I ever played was Arkham City. I don't know which one people... I think the most popular one, if I'm not wrong, is Arkham Asylum.
Never played that one. I've only played Arkham Knight.
You really?
Mm-hmm. And I loved it.
You need to play the other ones.
I know, I do.
I think I bought you the other ones, didn't I?
Actually, you might have, but they're not installed. Sorry.
Tut tut.
I'll
Tut
get
tut tut.
Okay.
Yeah, you will get there. You will. I'll make sure you do. Because like good games. But like I actually saw this in like a short, like TikTok, whatever. And it was like recently, and it's like you can literally just, if basically in the games, like when you see like thugs just hanging about, like obviously most players will like go in and like jump and just attack them. Exactly. That was me when I was a child on the Xbox 360.
Just spam buttons.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, just go in there and just spam that X button and beat the shit out of them.
I mean, it feels cool.
Don't press counter. just
what is that?
Yeah, what is the counter button? I only know X. I only know punch. Like, oh, that's made me think of another game. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to that. But like, if you you're not a child and you show some restraint and you like, even if you just take a minute to listen to like these criminals are saying, like there's this one fucking bit where like, I don't know, you probably like a small chance of hearing it because I never heard it, but like you can hear these criminals like talking and they're like, and he says like, do you know my theory is I think Batman is really Bruce Wayne, and it's like, it's just like, it's so stupid, but like it's so cool.
It makes him feel like certain people.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool. And like, even like if you're not talking about meaning or anything like cool like Easter eggs, the atmosphere that it builds in those games is just, you feel like you're really in Arkham City. Like, so fucking cool. just gliding about as Batman and like the rain coming down and like the glimmer of the moon, like
the rain looks so good in those games.
Yeah,
like they're so decently cool. Old now, aren't they? And it still looks amazing.
Yeah, you've seen those like videos that compares like the most recent like DC games to like Arkham Knight. Like Arkham Knight looks so good. Obviously, that's the most recent from them all. So
It's so good.
But
so who cares?
even the old ones, I feel like were
No, yeah, I've seen clips
like,
of them and they look just as good. If
yeah,
even rather if
amazing
they're
for their
older.
time.
Yeah,
Literally amazing.
I think what adds to those like the Arkham games as well. I mean, again, I've only played Night, but I think like when you die, it does a little like monologue from the whoever killed you. I like that. I think that's so cute. Like it makes
Wait,
you.
what's that?
In
Oh yeah,
Night
when they're
at
like
least.
talking at you.
Yeah, I love that because then like
Yeah.
it just feel like they have killed you, and then I get annoyed at them, like don't talk to me like that, and then I go and kill them. But I love it. It's a cute little touch. I wish more games did stuff like that.
Yeah. I think I don't actually know which one came first, but if I wanna say probably the Batman games came first. But one game that is a very sort of similar, so many similar aspects to it is like the Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War games, which I love.
Yeah, don't they
Like,
do that too? Or is
well,
it
they
something like it?
and this is sort of atmosphere as well. It's like they have like a overlord, generals, captains, bodyguards, all that rubbish. Not rubbish, it's cool. But when you go to these areas, they have all that stuff. Now, I think both the games are amazing, but I love Shadow of War because there's so much more depth to the what you can do, like the mechanics of the world itself. But like, firstly, the combat is very similar to Batman in the sense of like you can spam attacks, but you can also counter, and like Batman can use all these gadgets. You can use your sort of wraith abilities,
Ghost Man.
or your bow. Huh?
Ghost Man.
Ghost Man can use a Kilibrimble. What is it? Cilibrimble?
Celebrations.
I don't know. But anyway, you can do all that stuff. But when you die to like, say you die to like an underling, like a tiny little guy. Like if your character dies to that guy, he'll stand there, he'll taunt you, he'll show his weapon, you like, and he'll say, "What do you think you were strong? I can kill you," or whatever. So whatever, and then they destroy you, and then you get this overview of this like big war map, as it were, and you see this little underling that's killed you be promoted to a captain. And it's like it makes the world feel so alive. I could play that game. Honestly, if I could probably pick one, like if I had to pick one game that I could play, that I had to only play that game for like the rest of my life, that would definitely be in the top three at least, because it's just you can just always you can keep going back to that game, and there's so many different scenarios you can create. Like every single orc has its own traits and personalities in this randomizer. I'm pretty sure it was so good. They actually had this name for it. I think it was called the Nemesis system.
Yeah, I was about to mention that, like how good it is, and how I'm mad that Warner Brothers they've like copyrighted it so it can never be used in anything else, and they're refusing to use it again. So we're never going to see something like that again unless they stop being greedy little rats. But
okay,
yeah, that is my favorite part of the game, the Nemesis system. Like,
yeah,
so good.
Yeah, it's fucking cool, and I've always thought that I'd love to do like a stream where I just because you can like own these like bases and kingdoms and all that, and like I've always sort of wanted to do like a stream or something, or like a video where it's just I put all my followers into the pits. You fucking just gamble on like who's gonna win, and like you're not even playing. You're just watching them, but it's just so cool. It's so cool because it's like playing Pokemon cards. It's back to that like classic love of just like you know like you know everything has a counter, rock paper scissors bullshit. Like like there's so many things. It's like they have these fears. They have their strengths. Like they get enraged by this. They cower at this. And it's like they're vulnerable to this. Almost like D&D in loads of
Yeah.
aspects, that kind of stuff. Like, it's so cool. So cool.
No, I agree. It is
Yeah.
very good. What was your other game that you were talking about? Or was that the other game?
The other game is Fallout.
Of course.
Because it's good. It's amazing.
The radio, I think, is one of the biggest things that helps the atmosphere.
Yeah. You know, there's one thing I want to really mention, actually, because you made me think of the radio. I don't know if you know that. I feel like I told you this when you were playing.
Probably.
Basically, I got the guy's name because I love Fallout 4. You can't see it, but it's behind me. Got a poster for it. But I love Fallout 4. I technically Fallout 3 was more the game when I grew up.
Yeah, I grew up on Fallout 3.
That's the one you played, but I think I played like the demo. Was it?
I don't remember much about it because I used to get stuck in like the swamp.
Yeah.
I played
the demo on the Xbox 360. I don't know, was it? But I remember I don't know, like I don't know what it would have been, like maybe 12. I don't know, but and I went to fucking Tesco's with my mum and just and we went to like like the classic like gaming section of all like the little and Fallout 4 was on sale for like £20, and then I saw it and I was like, never heard of this, but sure, I'll play it. And then I'd never do that today if I just saw a game and just buy it, but I did. Can't afford it. Too broke. But and it's like the world is amazing, all the factions and that kind of stuff, and like it's one of those games where like your choices really do matter. I know so many games preach that kind of thing where it's like your choices matter, but they don't really. But I feel like it does.
No, yeah.
And it's also contributes to the world building aspect of like the host of Diamond City Radio. I don't know his name. He's this like
the very guy.
He's very reserved. He's very nervous on the radio. Huh?
He's you.
He's me. Okay, but he like I used to find him really annoying when I was a child. I'd be like, can you shut up? I'm trying to listen to fucking Wanderer. But nevertheless, there's like a mission you can do in Diamond City where you have to like build up his confidence.
Yeah.
Like
with I think it was by Nick, wasn't it? Like he gives you that. Or maybe I just did it when I talked to Nick, and then I went and did it. So then in my head, it's like,
remember. I'm pretty sure you pay off some people at this bar.
Yes,
to lose the fight to him or something.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and you can either choose to like completely stomp the poor little radio boy and ruin him completely. Ruin what was already a very shattered ego. Or you can like sort of help him with it, and he eventually wins this fight. And like so many games would like be like that's just it, but
like nothing
no, it's
happens.
Not. When you listen to the radio after that, his confidence is improved, and it's like that's so fucking cool. Like, and it's such a small thing, but it's like I don't even know if you'd even take that under atmosphere, but I'm sort of like I'm putting it under that. Like, I'm sure you're not that fussed, but like, to me, it comes under like a little bit of world building, I guess. I don't know.
I think so.
But to me, it's. I think it's why I love D&D so much. Why I'm so into D&D right now. It's like
because you're a big nerd.
But it's like it's like in D&D you do this like small little thing in like a tavern, and it's like obviously it's different in D&D because you have like this DM that follows all of your decisions and blah 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 blah. But like when video games do that kind of stuff, where like a small action has this big reaction, like, and I feel like that's what's so cool. It's these small things
Yeah.
that build it up so much, rather than those big things. Because obviously, big actions are gonna have big reactions if everyone's expecting that. But like, you know, if you're trying to emulate real life in a realistic and immersive setting, in real life we're doing small actions every day, and sometimes those small actions have big reactions, like big knock-on effects. Like, like, not sometimes, a lot of the time, because our lives are very real, believe it or not. So like when a game does that, it's cool.
Yeah, I think like what's even better about, like, say with the radio thing, like it's such a small quest you could easily skip, like, especially if you are just running the main story, like you could just not even notice that there is a thing you could do that would change it. So you could go the whole game with him being like a nervous wreck, but it rewards you if you actually like take the time to, explore the world and like do those little quests. And I like that.
Yeah. I think another one of my favorite scenes in Fallout 4 is it's probably my favorite scene in like every Fallout game. It's the scene where like you walk out of the vault for the first time.
Yeah.
Like it's like just amazing music comes in and you see like this changed world. Like your eyes are like dazzled by the radioactive sunlight. It's so cool.
It's not my favorite. Sorry.
Your favorite?
Not my favorite scene.
What's your favorite scene?
In Fallout 3, when I blew up that town with the children of the atom, I just exploded their bomb. It's my favorite scene. You watch the explosion go from like a White House type thing.
Like a nuke?
Yeah. In Fallout 3, there's like this cult in a town called Children of the Atom, and they like worshipped a bomb that hadn't exploded yet.
Oh yeah.
And you like, I think like later down the line, like after doing some quests, you have the option to like disarm it or like blow it up. And I always chose to blow it up just so I could see it explode in the distance. I mean, obviously it kills the whole town, but it looks cool.
I love the atmosphere in game where you're given the option to nuke children.
Okay, but that is what's good. Like, I like the choice. I like the free will. I like blowing stuff up.
You should not have free will.
Wow. How dare you?